This is a tough lineup tonight, but I was flattered, honestly, to be asked just to say a few words. I promise, just a couple minutes about Freddie, because of the lineup of comedians and talented people that will be here. And I'm not a comedian, nor do I play one on TV, although you may disagree when you see me try to deliver the sports occasionally. But Freddie is someone that I met, of course, at Deja Vu. Back in the day, I was there. It must have been had to be my senior year in college, right? Because I had to be at least 21 years old. At least. But I'm drinking a Coke, I'm sure, like I am tonight. And that's the truth. But Freddie approached me because I think he may have seen me on TV at Channel 8 as a student. I was doing a lot my senior year. And trying to, get ready to graduate. He came up to me, it was by the back bar, and of course, as luck would have it, Friday, Saturday night, yeah, Trevino's out, but he's on his own, just standing there. So Freddie must have felt sorry for him, but he came up to me, and I think he recognized me, and he can confirm or deny all this, but I know it's true, I have a good memory. And he said, Trevino, what's an Italian kid like you doing out here in Missouri? I said, well, it's a good question, it's a long story. I said, born in New York, and that's where I grew up till I was 11 years old, and my dad was transferred out to Oklahoma, long story. But he grabbed me and said, New York? He goes, where? I said, well, you wouldn't know, a little tiny town called Eastchester, north of the city, about 20 miles. He looked at me, his eyes as wide as they could be, he said, Eastchester. I said, yeah, Eastchester, New York. It's in Westchester County, which is kind of confusing, but Eastchester's the town. Scarsdale mailing address, if you want to get technical. He goes, that's where I'm from. That's where he's from. That's where I'm from. My family brought a television set from his father's appliance store, DeMarco's, in Eastchester, New York. You can't make this stuff up. So naturally, there was the bond, especially with the Italian heritage, right? And so I told him about, my family and this and that, and we talked a little bit, it's what we do, but he said, when your parents come out the next time to visit you or for your graduation, I'm taking you out to lunch, no questions. Well, sure enough, we all went out to eat. Soon, I guess, was after my graduation, and we've been going out to eat and trading stories ever since. And we know a lot of the same people from the small town in New York, some, in my case, 35, 40 years ago. So he's been a dear friend, and he has my parents, my brothers live out of town. They come into town for Christmas. We go to Freddie's for Christmas. And I always say, we don't say Freddie's like family, because he's not like family, because he is family. That's really how we feel about him. He's a great guy. And, I'm flattered to be able just to say a few things about him and all he's done, not just for my family, but for you all. Anybody could be up here talking. And 30 years and all that money he's raised for the Assistance League, which is such a great organization. So he's a great guy. He's been my unofficial intern on the sideline of the Zoo broadcast for 26 years. They haven't let either one of us go yet. We're a team. He is not making all the road trips anymore, unfortunately. And I miss those meals and breakfast with him and the late, great John Cadillac. Let me tell you, for three guys, I'm not usually the quiet one of a trio, but with Freddie and Caddy, I was the quiet one. I would just listen, never necessarily believing all the stories, but was entertained by every one of them. So, thanks for listening to my few minutes, but he's a great guy. And please, let's just give one huge ovation, and hopefully many more, for Freddie DeMarco, as genuine and sincere and generous a person that there is.